Alright guys, welcome back to NHL 18 Franchise Mode with the Calgary Flames Episode 2. So we finished off with Episode 1. We pretty much put our team together. We kept the same roster in the NHL and in the AHL. Just showed you the different changes we made. We edited our lines in the AHL and NHL to make sure our prospects are getting the most potential playing time they can get. And we simmed through the preseason. We had I don't even know what our record was, but it was half decent in the preseason. Now we are set for opening day, October 4th, 2017, against the Edmonton Oilers to kick off the 2017-18 NHL season. I also wanted to mention in the last video that I apologize for this audio. I'm recording off of a stupid Zoom, so it makes it sound really, really high pitch. That's not usually how my voice sounds, but I'll try and fix this. I don't even know. I'll have to look in the Zoom settings and try to find a way to get the bass up, because it really sounds weird. But we'll go with the audio for now. It's the only microphone I had, so I'll find a way to fix it. But let's start episode 2. Okay, we're going to start the regular season. So here we go. This one we are going to do the simulation for, because it's opening day in the NHL. We've got our roster. We brought in Jaromir Jagr. He's on a bet line with Bennett versus Stieg. We got Monahan, Furlan, and Gaudreau on the top line, the 3M line. We got Jankowski making his NHL, well, I guess not his NHL debut, playing his second NHL game on the fourth line with Lazar and Brouwer. So we'll speed up the simulation here. We got our power play. First power play of the season, and we give up a goal. Mike Smith allows the goal to Oscar Klefbom, so that's good. Not the way we wanted to start the season. Finally, we get a power play goal, and it's Matthew Tkachuk scoring the first goal of the Calgary Flames 17-18 season. And it's 1-1 after period. And I jinxed it. It's now 2-1. Thanks to the newest Edmonton Oiler, Ryan Strome. Sent the other way for Jordan Eberle. Okay, let's play the next period. So like I said, this is a big season for Calgary. Edmonton and Calgary both. I mean, these are two teams in the Pacific Division that are going to be cup contenders. Like, it's not a matter of making the playoffs. We already know the Oilers and the Flames are expected to not only make the playoffs, but be top teams in the Pacific Division and be two top teams that are expected to go far in the Western Conference, especially Edmonton, but we want to compete with Edmonton this year, so we're definitely going to try and do that in this game. Connor McDavid, I don't even know what he's at in this game. He's probably ridiculous. I mean, I know in NHL 17, even though he had high potential, like, he never seemed, at least in my franchise modes, he never seemed to be like a top player in the league. As I'm speaking of him, he scores as well. So, of course. But no, he was never near the top. It was always like Patrick Kane always led, or Steven Stamkos, or whatever. He was never near the top of the scoring in goals or points. But in this game, or in NHL 18, maybe they made him, more realistic, because he did win the Art Ross last year, or the Art Ross and the Hart Trophy as the most valuable player in the league. So we outshoot Edmonton here in Game 1, but we do lose our opener to the Edmonton Oilers up in Rogers Place. Just taking a quick look here. Plus minus is Brody's line, or Brody and Hamnick not having the best night. Jagr's line, okay, Versteeg, Jagr both -2. Don't see Bennett in there. Monahan -1. So definitely things to improve on. But as mentioned, Matthew Tkachuk had a 2-goal game. Dougie Hamilton gets 2 points in the opener as well. But our top line a little quiet tonight, so we want to definitely fix that. Mike Smith makes 26 saves, making an 8.97 save percentage. 3.04 goals against, so not the best debut for Mike Smith in a Calgary jersey. But we'll go with it. We'll continue to roll. This is going to be a very interesting season, as I mentioned, for the Calgary Flames, both in real life and in this game. It's just going to be interesting. So let's, there we go. First injury. We talked about injuries in our last video. Okay. Brody has an injured groin. His estimated return October 11th. Okay, so he's going to miss a couple games. So first of all, let's replace Brody. So that's a huge loss, because that's one of our top defensemen. And we all know how good Brody is. In that game against Winnipeg on opening day, like 4 points. I was at that game. It was an absolute crazy atmosphere. Everybody chanting his name. I've never seen that before. Like, that was one of the coolest things ever, and it had to have been cool for Brody. Okay, so we mentioned in the last video, Barkowski is our 7th defenseman. He's going to be our 7th defenseman. I want Kulak playing mostly all the games, so we'll bring in Barkowski whenever there's an injury. But we probably will bring in Barkowski and substitute Kulak out throughout the season to make it realistic as well. We'll substitute him in here. We'll bring Stone up with Hamonic, and even though they're both right shot defensemen, bring them up. That's a huge loss, TJ Brody. Now we've got a lot of holes to fill on special teams, so bring up the captain on the top unit here. That allows Sam Bennett to get some action on the power play, so bring him in. He can play the point. Holy shit, that's a lot of... Okay, Giordano Hamilton. Stone's going to get an increase of ice time here. Penalty kill. Stone's a defensive defenseman anyways, so, I mean, in real life, he is on the penalty kill. It's just, I'd rather put Dougie Hamilton, who's 85 overall. Plus, I'd rather grow Dougie Hamilton, because in real life, they put Giordano, Hamnick, Brody, and Stone as the penalty killers. I'd rather put Hamilton in there, because he's medium elite 24, I want to grow him 1. 2, he's an 85 at 6'6", and Stone is an 81. So yeah, that's a huge loss for us, is TJ Brody, but we will, it's only for like a game, I think. And this is the annoying part. This is why a lot of people in NHL franchise mode turn the injuries off, because you got to make a lot of different line changes just for one game, and then you're going to have to put them back in and remake these line changes. But like I said, we're going to hope that the injuries don't occur as often. So make the line changes there. October 11th. So, oh, he's going to miss a couple games. I thought October 11th was like the next game. Let's look at our calendar here. So Brody's going to miss approximately 3 games, I believe. Let's take a look. So yeah, so Winnipeg, Anaheim, he'll be back for LA. So he'll miss 2 games. He's going to miss our Peg and Anaheim games, so that's 2 games, but hopefully we can get through it. So first of all, we'll send him up to the home opener against the Winnipeg Jets. Like I said, real life, that was an insane game. It was Calgary was down, and then they came back, and Brody had 4 points, Gaudreau had 4. It was just such a good game. Okay, injuries. So I forget what I put injuries at. So I'm gonna go here now. League settings. I'm still getting used to these new menus in NHL 18. So, but I do like the new menus. I mentioned that in the last video. I really like the new menus. Okay, rules. So injuries are on. Where am I looking here? Oh, injuries right here. They're on, but I want to go to this. This is not what I wanted. I meant gameplay sliders. Okay, there we go. Gameplay sliders. Wanted to see what we have the injuries at. Okay. Injury occurrence. This is the one I'm looking at. Okay, so I thought I had it lower. It's actually at 50. So we're going to bring that a lot lower. We're going to put it at 30. We're going to put it at 30 for both the CP, computer, and the human. Because that's too high. You know what? We're going to go 25. Because, I mean, we had Gio injured in the preseason. He didn't miss any time, but he was injured. And then we had Brody injured in Game 1 of the regular season. So we don't want it occurring that much. You know, we want to make it as realistic as possible. So it's really finding that healthy balance of, you know, how realistic is injuries. But we want to keep them on because they are such a huge part of the real NHL. I mean, star players even, are getting injured all the time. It affects teams greatly, and you just pray that you have a healthy season. So we're going to bring injuries down to 25, and let's continue to simulate here. So the first couple games here, we're just going to do the real-time simulation. We won't do that for all the games. Goals. Okay. Okay, so we're 0-1-0 on the season. Home opener against the Jets. Come on, Calgary. We need a win here, and we're being badly outshot in the first couple minutes. Let's pick it up here. 5-on-3. Like, oh, our special team has to get going. Like, we have to have it. There we go. Brett Kulak scores the first goal on home ice for the Flames, and then Adam Lowry responds. But we got to find a way to get our special teams going, and so we might be making a lot of changes throughout the season. I literally went with Glenn Gultson's lines to start this season, but we can be making changes throughout the season if things don't go, as planned. I mean, in real life, Jaromir Jagr is not in good shape right now, and that's the reason that he's only getting third line minutes. But who's to say in this game we can't put him with Gaudreau and Monahan? Like, I mean, if Ferland's not working out up there, well, and it doesn't look like it is right now. I mean, we're 2 games in, and the Flames, they're not doing so well right. Oh my God. It's like, Jesus. Okay. Michael, like, what's with Kulak and Stone on our third pairing scoring the goals? Like, where's Gaudreau? Where's Monahan? Where's our top players? Just, okay. So we lose game 2. We're all 2-0 on the season. Horrible start to the season. I know it's only 2 games in, but I just hate these type of starts. So I think we're going to make line changes. We're already 2 games in, but I think we're going to make a couple changes. Look at that. Gaudreau's line, Monahan, Gaudreau, both -2. Ferland -1. So we are going to make changes here. Who led us in? Oh, Troy Brouwer. 51 seconds played, so he may have got injured, which is okay. It's just Troy Brouwer. Giordano -2, Dougie Hamilton. So our top defensive pairing not getting it done. Our top line not getting it done. Bennett was a +1. Jagr picks up an assist, plays 20 minutes. You know what? We'll just pretend that Jagr had a training camp and a preseason, is in good shape for a 45-year-old. We're going to put him on the top line right now with Monahan and Gaudreau. I forgot to look at Mike Smith's numbers, but that's okay. We'll keep Smith in, because Eddie Lack is really not going to do us much better. So, come on. Okay. I'm going to edit lines. So we start with 2 losses on the season. We want to make some changes here. Keep the 3M line together, because I think they can do good. We're going to bump Ferland down there. Brouwer can stay down there. For Steve Bennett, Ferland. We'll try that. Just make one minor change for now. You know what? Lazard didn't do much in the first game or so. I know he's got medium top 9 potential, but let's bring in Matt Stajan. And you're going to notice this, like, when we do bring in Stajan, he's going to play on the left wing, because I want to grill Jankowski as a center. I don't think it matters, but let's just keep Jankowski in that center spot so we don't touch him. I want to grill him as a center. And, I mean, like I said, if we end up moving Bennett either to the wing or in a trade, Jankowski's going to jump right up there. Like, I want to get Jankowski up there as soon as possible. I don't want him playing 4th line minutes all season. So, I mean, that's, we can also move Jankowski up to the left wing spot here. Or put him at center and put Bennett at the left wing. So, options. We got options. That's the biggest thing. Okay. Okay. In real life, we broke the Honda curse. The Disneyland curse. After like 13 unlucky years, we finally won a frickin' game in Anaheim. Let's see if we can do that in this game as well. I can't believe they went that long without a win in Anaheim, so let's see. Let's get a couple games here. Multiple players are now out, so Brody's actually able to come back, it looks like. So that is good. I thought he was going to be out one more game. So let's take Bart out. Let's bring Brody back in. Okay, TJ Brody back in the game. Ready to play, and perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect. Johnny Gaudreau has been injured with a fucking mild concussion. Oh, October 12th. Okay, we're going to bring those injuries down even more. Because that... Perfect. Okay. Let's try Sam Bennett up there. Put Jankel there. Bring Lazar back in. See, injuries can should we put... No, we'll put Lazar back in. Injuries can really be annoying here, but it makes it realistic. Oh, fuck, I just substitute Lazar and all that. Alright, gotta make some line changes. Hang on. Okay, so we're back here. We just lost to the Anaheim Ducks in overtime. Not a divisional game we want to lose, but at least we pick up a point. But we wanted 2 points. We didn't want them to get a point. But, we'll take the 1 point. I had to replace Johnny Gaudreau on every line with mostly put Yager up there with Monahan on every line now. Bennett's playing on the left side of that line. But yeah, injuries we got it because Gaudreau's now injured till the Minnesota game here. So Gaudreau's gonna miss 4 games here. We got to bring these injuries down because we've had Brody out for a couple games, Gaudreau out for like a week now, all in like the opening 3 games. Giordano was injured in the preseason, so we're gonna bring these down even more. I knew they were too high. I thought I had edited them though properly, but not rules, gameplay settings. Come on. But yeah, these injuries are occurring way too much, so we got to bring them down here. So they were at 25. Let's bring it down to 15. Okay, we'll go 15. 15 out of 100. That's, that should be good. But we've now lost our top player for the next 4 games. So this is, we haven't had the best start to the season. It's going to get even tougher now. We're still rolling with Mike Smith, but we'll have to, I don't know. He's just not having the best game. So Dougie Hamilton leads us in points with 4. That's, through 3 games. I was kind of hoping for better, but like I said, we just lost our top player, so we'll have to see how that goes. So let's advance from here. We got the LA Kings coming up on that mini 2-game California road trip. Come on. Come on, simulation. Okay. Advance the LA game. Come on, Calgary. We need a win. We need a win. I think I still like simulating from the other calendar menu, though, better than this one. This one seems to take a while. Okay, we got a 2-1 win against the LA Kings, so we'll take it. It's a win. We now go 2-2-0 on the season, so after an 0-2 start, we get 2 wins here and get back on. Oh, it was an overtime win against Anaheim. Why did I think we lost Anaheim? What the hell? We're 2-2 on the season. Okay. I apologize for that. I thought we lost in overtime to the Ducks. We ended up winning in Anaheim. So just like real life, we end the Honda Disneyland curse right here with an overtime win. We gave them a point, but we'll take it. And we take 2 points in regulation against a divisional opponent in LA. So we'll take that better after a pretty bad start to the season against 2 Western Conference opponents. We get 2 divisional games back. So that's good. Okay, let's go to Ottawa here. So, we got Brody back. Like I said, we were missing Gaudreau till about a week from here, so let's just sim right up to there. Let's pile through a few games here. So, a 6-2 loss at the hands of the Senators, and then a 2-1 win over the Nucks. Gaudreau is ready to come back earlier than I thought, so that's good. So, give me a second. I'm going to edit these lines again. Okay, so we're back here. It's always the worst when it's your top player, because, like, Gaudreau was on every single line ahead, so I have to put him back in there, and Lazar comes back out. Jankowski stays down there. Stajan comes to the left side, so we put Bennett back. Bennett was with Monahan and Yager. Put him back down there on the 3rd line, and put Gaudreau back where he belongs. I also put Eddie Lack in net. I want to try him for a game here, give him a game against his former team here, the Carolina Hurricanes, and look at that, he picks up the 6-1 win. So Mike Smith was not having the best start. I think he had about an 8.91 save percentage through the first, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So I wanted to get Eddie Lack in there against his former team. And they're 0-5 on the season, so they have had a horrendous start. So wanted to get Lack in there, get him a game. Like I said, we're going to play this realistically. We could put Mike Smith in all 82, but realistically, that does not happen. Even Carey Price or Devin Dubnyk with Minnesota, they don't play. Cam Talbot, they don't play all 82 games. So we're definitely going to be playing Smith a lot more than, say, Elliott played last year, or Johnson, or even before that when it was Ramo and Hiller. We now actually have a proven number 1 and a proven backup, whereas before those prior 2-3 years you had tandems. So it's definitely going to be Mike Smith most of the way, but I mean Eddie Lack's going to get some time as well. And look at that, we put it like we put him in and he got us a 6-1 win. So I don't know what his save percentage was in this game. That's why I like to do those real-time simulations, because you can see all the stats at the end. But yeah, I mean he got the win, so we'll go with that. Let's go up to Minnesota here, and let's do a real simulation here, just so I can see what his numbers are. And we'll just go period by period. And I think we might do that going forward because I do like to look at their stats. So let's go period by period here. So first period, we're down 1-0 on the goal by Tyler Ennis. Second period, and it's still, well, it's 2-0 now. Okay, why is Mike Smith in net? I put Eddie Lack in net. Like, what? Unless Lack just got injured. I don't know, Smith's back in net now. I wanted to see what Eddie Lack could do. Holy mother! Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, so this one Smith played in. Woo! 7-0 at the hands of the Minnesota Wild. So it wasn't just Smith and Lack. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but it wasn't just them. Like, Jesus. Brody a -3. Come on, TJ. Backlund, Bennett, and Furleek, and all these guys. Ugh. Alright, who played the most minutes for us here? It just wasn't a good game all around. Everybody's in the mind. Oh, that's gross. Like 7-0 loss to the... And yeah, okay, so Smith played this game pretty much. So after Eddie Lack up the win against his former team, 5-1, Smith comes in and loses 7-0. He gets pulled after the 6th goal, and Lack comes in and lets in a goal. But we're gonna go with Lack going forward because we'll just pretend that we had planned to put Mike Smith in, which we didn't. But it didn't matter because he had a horrible game there. So we'll go into Nashville and put Eddie Lack back in net. Scouting assignment. So I mentioned in the last video about the scouting, how it's different this year. You now have the late bloomers, so I mean scouting is that much more important. So like I said, what we're going to do is probably going to go 5 weeks with the forwards, defensemen in both the WHL, OHL, and then the QMJHL, and then go Russia, the States, and go from there. So we have to make sure we do our scouting, is what I'm saying. We don't have a first overall pick this year, or a first round pick, but like I said, we got our depth picks, which is our 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I believe we have our 2nd this year. So we want to make sure. 5th and 6th. I mean, we could potentially get a gem in the 5th or 6th in this franchise mode now. So that'll be huge. Okay, so we are 8 games into the regular season. We are 4-4. We're at the end of October, just about. And we're not sitting pretty there in the standings, but we are going to put Eddie Lack in now. I don't know why I put Eddie Lack in, so he should be... Yeah, okay, Eddie Lack is in. So we are going to put him in against Mini, because we just lost 7-0 to the Minnesota Wild. You know what? I'm going to put Bard in. Realistically, again, we're going to be playing this realistically. If you just lost 7-0 to any team in the NHL, you're making line changes. And there's a problem. Brody was still down. Oh, fuck. I thought him... Okay. We're going to take Kulak out, and we're going to put Bartkowski in. Just make this as realistic as possible. We're making some lineup changes. And offensively, we're going to take Stajan out, and we're going to put Lazar or Tanner Glass. Let's give him a game. Okay. Just toy with the lines a little bit. We just lost 7-0. We got to make some changes here. I really don't want to sit Jankowski. I don't think he had a bad game there. We just got to make some changes. I'm just thinking right now, maybe we should make some offensive changes too, because we didn't even score a goal. How's Yager been doing on that top line? Ugh. -4 and 1. Yeah, okay, so Yager, you're going to come off that top line. I don't know what is going on, but that's a horrible start. So we'll put Ferland back on that line. We'll put Yager down there. See if these tweaks that we made can spark the Flames to get back in it. We're 500 on the season. I mean, we're only 8 games in, but every point matters at this point. I mean, we gotta do good this season. We don't have a draft pick. We gotta be a cup contender this season. We don't have to win the cup. We don't have to make the Western Conference Finals, but we gotta be a solid team this year, and we gotta make it past round 1. Dougie Hamilton leads us with 6 points. Okay, so that's our problem. We're not getting enough offense. Okay, 6 assists from Dougie Hamilton should not lead our team. I mean, I know Gaudreau missed a couple games there, but guys like him, Monahan, I mean, Bennett's, the Backlunds, they got to be up there. You know, the Kachucks, the Froleeks, that's what Yager was on the top line up until now. I mean, he had 1 point. So, you know, maybe this Yager signing is not the best thing for us, but we will simulate simulate this game. We got Eddie Lack in net. And we are playing the Nashville Predators, the reigning Western Conference champions. First period. Furlan gets on the board with that new, moving back up to the top line. Furlan gets on the board first. Roman Yossi beats Eddie Lack, and then Nick Bonino scores in the second. And the third period, we've tied it up. Matthew Tkachuk has tied it up. Okay, this is what I like to do. I like to play overtime. Because overtime is so fun. 3-on-3. So we're going to try and steal a point in Nashville. So we steal 2 points. Doesn't matter if we give, well, it kind of does matter if we give Nashville a point, but at least it wasn't in our division. So just quickly looking at, we want to look at Calgary stats. So a couple guys in the minuses, but nothing major. It looks like those lineup changes we made probably worked. So not too bad. So let's get back to the main menu. So we'll finish the month off here to finish the episode, and hopefully we can be above 500 here. I don't know, it's going to be it's kind of an interesting start to the season. I mean, Eddie Lack's been pretty good. Mike Smith hasn't had the best start to the season. You know, we've had injuries, but we brought them down, so that shouldn't be too big of a storyline anymore. Come on. I find the screen freezes once in a while. But it's probably just loading. Okay. Yeah, so let's finish the simulation of the month. And then we'll make decisions of what actions to take. So we finish up with the Washington Capitals. We'll sim right up to the Pittsburgh game, which is on the 2nd of November. So 3-2 short win, and then we, wow, lose 7-2. Stop simulation, first of all. Oh, we won 4-2. I don't know, that 7-2 loss, I kind of want to take Eddie Lack out of net now. Give Mike Smith a chance to get back in it. Anytime you let in 7 goals, I don't care if it's just one game. 7 goals, that's just not good. I know he bounced back with a 4-2 win, but let's give Mike the net back. Okay, so we put Mike Smith back in net. Let's finish off the rest of the season. So we got the Washington Capitals, last game of the month. Not season, I meant month. So take us right up to Pittsburgh. Okay. So we are 7-5-0 on the season after the first month, the month of October. First month into the season, I believe Dougie Hamilton's still leading us in points, so we're going to take a look quickly at that. Yeah, 12 games in, he's got 10 assists. So he's getting things done offensively for us, that's huge. But we want our other players, our offensive players to do it. So yeah, here's the problem. Backlund's got 8 points, -1. Brody, 8 points, but look at Monahan. 12 games, only 1 goal, 7 assists. Tkachuk, 6 points. Frolik, 6 points. I mean, here's Gaudreau. He's only played 9 games, but only 5 points. Like, these guys got to start stepping it up. Tkachuk, Monahan, Gaudreau. I mean, even Versteeg down here. Furlan, you're back on the top line. You got to get it going here. Yager was on the top line. He wasn't, you know. Bennett. I mean, Bennett, this is your year to prove it. Like, these guys have to start getting going for us. So we're not getting the offense right now. We are not getting the offense. Jankowski through 12 games only has a goal. I'm just hoping for a little bit better, but I mean, it's just about growing him, really. So yeah, that's not good right now. We and goalie wise, we got Mike Smith and Eddie Lack. So Lack played for, yeah, I mean, Lack 907 save, but not the best. Smith's not much better, is worse actually. .888 save percentage. So I mean, our goaltending's not getting it done right now, and our offense is not getting it done right now. So obviously, when you put those together, you're not going to be winning too many games. But we are 7-5 on the season, so we're above 500. We're finding a way to get it done, but we need more from our offense. Again, we're not just a playoff team. We're not just want to be a top team. We want to be a cup contending team this season. You know, we want to be competing with the likes of the Edmonton Oilers. So, yeah, we got to step it up there. Looking at the Pacific Division standings, you got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers tied for number 1 with 18 points. Vegas, how the hell are they up there? I don't know. Arizona, like, this is ridiculous, but I mean, we're about middle of the pack. Middle of the pack in the Pacific. I mean, we obviously want to be a lot higher up, and 6th in the Western Conference, so the Central is really weak right now. Only Chicago is better than us in the Central. Minnesota is just behind us, but so we're 6th in the Western Conference, but middle of the pack in the Pacific, and about just above middle in the NHL overall standings. But this is what I want to take a look at. So goals for. Should be near we're in the bottom half of the goals for. There we are at the bottom, but this is going from the least amount of goals scored. So we are in the bottom half there. Goals against, we are probably in the bottom half. Yes, we are. We are like, what, 5th worst there? We are the 5th worst team in goals against. So we're giving up 3.25 goals a game. Way too many goals. Our goaltending is just not getting it done, and that's probably our biggest reason. But we're also slightly in the bottom half for goals for. So we got to find a way to get our offense going. Power play operating at 14.7. That's just in the bottom half. PK. PK is also in the second worst PK in the league. So we're gonna make changes. We're gonna make a couple line changes ahead of next month, and we will hope that our offense gets going. Hope that our goaltending gets going. We can't do anything. That's up to Smith and the offense to get going, and Lack when he's in the net. But if it continues this way, we got to start making a decision. I mean, we're a month into the season. How far do we go into the season if we continue this way? Like, do we... I don't want to say do we trade Mike Smith, but I mean, like, we got to start looking at all of the options here because, I mean, it's just goaltending's not getting it done. The first month at least into the season. Now, hopefully that turns around. Same with offense. I mean, we want to... I don't know here. I think we roll these lines for now. Let's get Tanner Glass out of there. Let's get Raging Stajan back in. Defense can stay that way. Special teams, we want to make a couple changes, so we take Yager off that top unit. Let's put Kachuk on the top unit, because he was doing okay. Let's try putting Hamilton. He's got 10 assists. Let's put him up there with Brody. We'll put Seager down on the second power play unit, but it's the penalty kill. Second worst penalty kill in the NHL, so they're not getting it done here. And we've got all of our big boys on the penalty kill. Like they even put Gaudreau. I didn't put Gaudreau in there, but he's on penalty kill. So it's just, let's put Gaudreau. Let's take... I mean, Frolik is a defensive forward. He's supposed to be a defensive forward, but let's try taking him off and putting... I mean, I don't really think you put Yager on. Let's try putting Bennett on the penalty kill. I don't know. We gotta try something here. We'll try going back with Gio Hamilton. Brody Hamilton. Hamonic, what is he, a shutdown defenseman? Defensive defense. We gotta keep Hamonic there. Offensive, two-way, offensive. This is hard. Both Brody and Hamilton are listed offense. I'm going to take Brody. This is a huge move, but I'm going to take him off the penalty kill. Put in Michael Stone. Okay, we'll go Gio Hamilton, we'll go Hamonic, Stone. In real life, you would never, never take Brody off the penalty kill. But he and Hamilton are both 85. They're both offensive defensemen. I want to keep Hamilton in there to grow him. Plus, he's one of our best defensemen so far this season. Let's take Brody off just for now. We got to get those numbers down for the penalty kill, or up, I guess you would say, to get our penalty kill back to reasonable, because our special teams is just not getting it done. We'll keep Mike Smith in goal. Now that we're a month in, let's take Gillies out and put Parsons in, or they already did. We had Parsons in, so the auto goaltending rotation must be on. How do I look at? Come on. I want to look at their... Here we go. So 917 save percentage through 10 games for Gillies, and Parsons is... Where's Parsons? Not in that one. 911 through 2 games. Okay. So Gillies has played the majority of the games, so we'll put Parsons in then for the month of November. And I will take that auto goaltending rotation off before the next video, but we are a month in. It's not been the best start for the Flames. Quickly, let's take a look at how Stockton's doing. 6-4-2 on the season, I guess, okay. There's Spencer Fu, leading 10 points through 12 games, so that's what you want to see. I mean, you look at Stockton and the standings, they're third in in their division there. So, I mean, okay in Stockton. It's just in the NHL where we got to get the ball rolling here, but we will hopefully change that in the next video. We'll go through probably the months of November and December, and then it's really crunch time. I mean, if we continue, the way we are with poor goaltending and not enough offense, we got to make changes. I mean, we got to make decisions here on how to make changes, because we are not a rebuilding team. We can't just say, oh well, we'll get a high. We don't have that draft pick. I mean, we're in it now to win it, so we gotta make changes. I don't want to make any drastic trades, but I mean, we got to make minor trades. We got to make some trades. It's we got to make changes, but we'll see. We'll get the next video in, and we'll get the next couple months in of simulating.